Hey, hey, people! It is your girl, Ms. Robin Wiggins, your Worthy of Wealth Empowerment partner, and I am back for part 2 of my 7 tips to success. Things I've learned over the past 2.5 years that I'd like to share with you today. I got a few more that I think you would absolutely love because I absolutely love it too. If you missed part 1, go back and watch it before I take it down. Okay, so again, thank you for joining me as always. I'm so excited and, great things just happening all over the place because I have decided to say yes to moving forward and no to the look, listen, and learn effect. So, my first tip for part 2 is don't let your emotions get the best of you. Oh my God. Do not allow your emotions to get the best of you. I always say that you don't have time for emotional days. You only have time for emotional moments, because in those moments when you decide to become emotional, there is someone else behind you doing the very same thing that you are doing who is going to surpass you, because you have decided that you'd rather soak and slumber rather than get up and work and do the thing that you need to do for you and your business. So don't allow your emotions to get the best of you. And I can tell you from experience, I can tell you from my own personal, that I'm sharing these tips with you from over the past 2.5 years because I allowed emotions to get the best of me. And so I encourage you, I empower you, I motivate you and inspire you to not do what I did. I would be so much further along if I hadn't let just emotional things bother me. The smallest things used to just, get me down. And, we don't have time for it. We don't have time for it. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to your future. It's not fair to your dreams and your vision and everything that you have in place for yourself. It's not fair to be down. It's not fair to say, I'll just start again tomorrow. It's not fair to your future. It is not fair to your family. Do not allow your emotions to stop you in where you are going. That is what, let me tell you something. That is the number one thing the enemy wants you to do, because he takes the one thing that that you either love the most or you hate the most, to use it against you to stop you from pursuing the dreams and the things that you are supposed to do. If you haven't realized it, let's say men. If men is your problem, the enemy will bring just the one man that you think is just so amazing, get you all caught up in the head and get you slacking on your business. You mean forgot what you're supposed to do. You ain't do the ebook you were supposed to do. You ain't get on live like you were supposed to because you so worried about being on the phone with this man. That was the whole purpose. Even though at the time, it seems perfect. At the time, he is the best thing in the world, because that is what the enemy wants you to believe. He wants you to get all emotional. I'm not even talking about emotional in a bad way. You can be emotional in a good way. You can be all in love and totally forget that you have a purpose. You totally forget that there are people out there that you are supposed to serve, but you also caught up in love that you done totally forgot what you're supposed to be doing. Let me tell you, that is the thing that the enemy wants you to do. The enemy he doesn't always just work in a negative way. He works in a good way, so you think. Sometimes you hear those whispers, and I know this for a fact. I know this for myself. Sometimes you hear those whispers and you thinking, just this one time, it's okay. It's just this one time I'm going to take off in my business. I'm not going to go to that event. I've been to so many already. All emotional, all in your own feelings, thinking, it's okay just this one time. That is what the enemy wants you to believe. Do not let your emotions get the best of you, good or bad, because it will hinder you from your purpose, hinder you from your passion, hinder you from those things that you are supposed to do for yourself, your family, and your future. Period, point blank. Number two is be humble and be honest. And I probably have number 2 and number 3 kind of go together. Be humble and be honest. Okay, there's going to become a time where all great things are starting to come to you. You're going to have people asking you to speak for them. You're going to have people ask you to come teach their classes. You're going to have people to glean from you. You're going to have people coming on your live streams. You're going to have people to meet you in the middle of the street somewhere and say, girl, I absolutely love what you're doing. But don't let it get to your head. Don't let it say, I just know I'm the bomb. I know I'm good. Be humble about those things that you are celebrating right now. Be humble about your successes and be honest with yourself. Let me tell you something. If you could be honest with yourself in your humble beginnings, then you start to see the best in everything that's yet to come. I always say that you can celebrate your small wins, but don't bask in them. Celebrate your small wins, but be humble enough to understand that that small win is what's going to take you to your next win. Those small beginnings are what is going to trigger those bigger events, those bigger audiences. If you have it in your mind that you want to speak to an audience of 50,000 people, be humble with the audience of 100. Be humble with the audience of, 50. And be honest with yourself. Be honest in the fact that I know I have to start here in order to get there. I know I have to start where I am in order to I can't start on level 10. My coach always said, you can't start on level 10. You got to start on level 2. Be good at level 2. Be good at level 3. But be humble and honest with yourself so that you can then understand where you are going. Be humble at where you are now, because there are people that need you right where you are. Sometimes there are like millionaire people out there that it's people in the world that don't quite understand their way of thinking. It's just too much for them sometimes. Everybody doesn't want to be rich. Everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire. Everybody doesn't want all the extra that comes with it. So be humble where you are now, because there's somebody right now at the level you are who is needing something from you right here where you are. So be humble about where you are and be honest about the level you are. Don't try to fake. And let me tell you something. Facebook will have you believing that people are on level 10 when really they not. Let me go back to this conference that I talked about earlier. I went to this conference where there were a bunch of brat dolls and, Barbie dolls, and everybody was, had makeup and all dolled out, making you think that they were just the absolute bomb. They on level 10. They businesses together. They this, and that. But when you talk to them, the first thing they say is, oh, I'm rebranding. That whole rebranding thing, let me just 2 seconds real quick tell you what that whole rebranding thing means. Rebranding just means I'm not doing nothing in my business right now because I need to start over. I don't quite understand where I'm going. That's what rebranding means. So be honest with yourself when you're going out there. Yes, I'm pretty and I'm cute and this is what I'm doing, but I'm not putting myself on Facebook, making those memes and those pictures looking like I'm way up here when I know I'm rebranding, when I know I'm right here in this phase right here, where I know that this is what I'm doing. Be humble. So when someone sees you in your phase that you in, you'll see, let me tell you something. People who see the real in you, people who see the honesty in you are more likely to take you by the hand and pull you to that next level with them. So understand where you are now. Be honest with yourself and be humble about your small beginnings. All right. So, number 3, avoid being grandiose. Now, I even myself have a problem with that every now and then. Every now and then, I get an idea, and honey, I just want to run with it. Oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, and I'm like this, and I'm like this. Hey, Pastor Leela, I'm like this, and I'm like this. And let me tell you, honey, you got a budget right here. You want all of this, but your budget is right here. I'm going to need you to avoid being, the most. That's what I call it. The most. Grandiose. It equals the most. That's what that means. Avoid being the most. Be who you are. Do what you have to do now. Start small. I always say, start small with what you have, because what you have is enough. Don't believe that you don't need all of this extra stuff just to get started. You don't need all of the perfect website. Just have a website. Have somewhere to go. If you don't have a PayPal, use PayPal.me. Just sign up for PayPal.me. I just learned that myself 2 weeks ago. Sign up for PayPal.me/your name or whatever you want to call it, and have some way to take some money. Start small. PayPal.me is absolutely free, and you can still collect money. Get you a Square account. Start small with what you have, because what you have is enough. You do not have to spend thousands of dollars on this huge old grand ballroom conference if you know your audience isn't big enough for that. So it's no reason to be all grandiose thinking you need all of this on a small budget. Understand where you are, work from where you are, and go from there. If you are just starting out and you really want to get your word out, start small with a small group of ladies. I don't know, 5 ladies. You never know that one lady could be. Let me tell you something, and I say this about myself, and I ain't trying to boast myself or nothing, but let me just say this about myself. If you got me in a group, it's 5 of us in a group, and you got me in a group, my resource pool is humongous. And I'm just saying this because it's a fact, number one, but because even if you started small with a small group of 5 women, and you're serving and you're gleaning and you're sharing and you're teaching and you're doing what you need for these ladies, maybe that in that one small group of 5 ladies is one somebody that can take you to meet the next person that can get you to the next level of maybe the next time you have 25 ladies in your group. And then you take that small group of 25 ladies and you move on. And you go from there, and you grow from there. Stop trying to have this big, huge, conference to make people think that you somebody when you already somebody. They just ain't figured it out yet. That's what I say. I already know I'm great. I already know I'm somebody humongous and huge. I already know I'm one of the best that's out there. Ain't nobody figured it out yet. Ain't nobody figured it out yet. And mostly because I didn't take the time to put myself out there. I didn't take the time to actually step out, leave my comfort zone, stop learning, look, listen, and learning, and actually put things into perspective and into action so that I could then, so that other people can then see my face and understand who I am. I tell my mentor all the time, I'm great. I know I'm great. I just have to get there. I already know it because I've already seen what's going to happen. I want to say little acorns grow into a mighty, yes they do, into a mighty oak tree, honey. Mighty oak tree. So, don't despise, avoid being grandiose, and don't despise your small beginnings. If all you have is a $200 budget, baby, go to the library, get you a couple things that you may or may not need, and go from there. I promise you, go from there. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to start there. I'm going to start there. I'm going to live from there. I'm going to shoot a video from there, and y'all going to see me where I am. And I'm going to take a look at here. I'm here. I'm here on Facebook. This is something small. Just start from there. My next tip is be real. Be real. Of course, people calling me, right? Be realistic with yourself and others. The same as what I was saying with number 2. With number 2, be real with yourself. if for nothing else, if not even to just be honest and humble with yourself, be real with yourself. Sorry, y'all. Know and understand where you are. Be real with you. Look yourself in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I need to change. And let me tell you something. I had to do that. I had to look myself in the mirror and say, I have to change. I cannot continue to sit and do nothing. I have to make a way. It has to happen. It has to happen. I have no other choice. But that is me being realistic with myself. Be realistic with other people around you. If you know you want your friends, your closest friends, and your family to believe in you, then stop telling them all these big, huge dreams and big, huge things that you want to do. Tell them the now. Tell them the things that's going on now so that they can realistically believe in your dreams. If that's what you feel you need, some kind of encouragement or confirmation or something, everybody doesn't have those people in their lives who don't believe in them. Because my family truly believes in me. My family believes in me when I didn't even realize that they were watching. Let me tell you something. My family believes in me even when I did not know they were watching. So it's not that everybody around you, and you always hear the stories. You only hear the story of the people who say, I don't have no one to believe in me. Be realistic with yourself and be realistic with those around you. And then people will then believe and begin to understand what you are doing. But you have to be realistic with yourself. You have to be realistic with yourself. Just like I said, avoid being grandiose. Start small. Start here. But if you're not real with yourself and what you want to do, let me go there. If you don't even know what you want to do, then you can't even be realistic with your dreams. How is it that you can say, I want to do this, but you don't even have a goal for yourself? You don't even have a pathway for yourself. You have to sit down and be realistic about what you really, really, truly want. What do you want? What do you want? What is on your heart to do? How is it that you can serve other people and show God's glory through your purpose if you're not realistic with yourself? I'm just trying to get an understanding of all of this, people. This is really real. This is really real right here. Be realistic with who you are, whose you are, and why you are doing this. Don't just throw something out there. Don't just go out there and just say, oh, I'm going to do this because I decided to walk in my purpose. Oh, I'm going to do this because I'm going to do this. I don't want to work my 9 to 5. I'm an entrepreneur. What? Okay, what? What are you saying? Because I can't see that. And then you wonder why people don't believe in you. Because for real, if you set somebody down who has all these visions, if they can't tell you the plan that they have for themselves, if you can't actually sit down and write out a plan for yourself, write the vision and make it plain, then you're not being real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself in order to make this dream and make this whole thing a reality. The period. I'm not even going to preach to y'all tonight. I'm not even going to do it. Number 5. Number 5, be goal-oriented. It's different from setting goals. Being goal-oriented helps you to achieve even the smallest task in your day. Because you can write a goal. Anybody can write a goal. Anybody can write down what they want to do. But if you don't wake up every single day with the goal in mind and with the intention on completing and accomplishing that goal, then it makes no sense. It makes no difference. And you're not going to complete anything. You're not going to do anything. So you have to be goal oriented. The best way to do that is to write your goals out at night, the night before. If you're working, then you're going to know what you need to do the next day. I already know what I need to work on this week. I already know. I knew last week when I had to move. I said, while I'm moving, I'm like, oh my God, I already know what I need to do next week. And as a goal-oriented individual, I know that every single day, write down what I need, one by one. Focus on it. Be intentional, deliberate, and strategic. I tell you that all the time. Intentional, deliberate, and strategic in what you want to do, and go accomplish it. It's more than just setting the goal. You must be goal-oriented. You must be willing to accomplish those things in which you have set forth for yourself. Otherwise, it will not happen. It will not happen. Number 6, as you have written down these goals and you are insisting on achieving these tasks and you're being deliberate about these tasks, be persistent. Be persistent. It's always something gonna be in the way. It's always somebody gonna be in the way. It's always something that's gonna try to stop you from what you are doing. Be persistent. Figure out a way. I was supposed to speak in a group, in the Prosperous Female Entrepreneur group. I was supposed to speak in a group about 2 weeks ago. And for some reason or another, my Facebook it just wouldn't work. Every time I clicked on it, it knocked me out. I click on it, it will knock me out. And I could not figure it out for nothing. So I said, okay, I don't want to leave them with nothing. I don't want to leave them just blank and just, So what did I do? I took it old school. Being persistent and persevere. I went old school and I just did a video. I literally just hit record, did a video, and uploaded it to the group. Because you wasn't going to stop me. You wasn't going to steal my joy. You wasn't going to kill my moment. And you was not going to destroy my character by having people to believe that I couldn't come through on something I said I wanted to do. So I went old school on them and I did a video. And I posted the video into the group. So be persistent in those things that you want to do. Do not allow the enemy to stop you. The enemy can only stop you if you allow him to. That's it. That is it. That is it. That is it. Number 7. Wow, this one went pretty fast. Number 7. Number 7 is give things time to get better and or worse. That goes along with your goals. That goes along with being persistent. Give things time to get either better or worse. I'm going to just say this, and I know some people are going to be mad, but this goes back to this rebranding thing. This goes all the way back to this rebranding thing. I have seen people literally, hey, Nadia. I have seen people literally stop a good thing in their vision, in their business, and their ideas are just absolutely, $1,000,000 ideas. But because they didn't quite understand their audience, they didn't, pursue the thing that they were set out to pursue, they decided to rebrand. They didn't give the idea time enough to grow. This just like you put a seed in the pot and you wait and you wait and you wait and you see absolutely nothing. So what you do, you take the whole thing and you throw it in the trash. And you didn't give it time to grow. It's the same thing with your business. It is the same thing in life. Yes, you meet somebody new. You think it's going to be good. You know what? Take the time to learn that person. Take the time to understand that person. Take the time to let things marinate and grow. Yes, have patience. Have patience and to see it through. Have patience enough to see it through. it's funny because we do that in our 9 to 5. We do it in our jobs. We'll wait years and years and years to see ourselves climb up the ladder. And it's funny because I happen to climb up the ladder the faster than I could actually see it for myself. But it's this right here. It takes time. Stop all the rebranding. Let me tell you something. We are not doing the whole reconstruction. We're not going to do this, people. I guarantee you, like I told somebody the other day, if that idea, if that thing, if that business has been downloaded into your spirit, then there is somewhere down the line God really wants you to accomplish it. But he didn't say it was going to be easy. He said, I'll send you, I can get you through the fire. But I didn't tell you it wasn't going to be hot. I said, I'll send you through the fire, you won't get burned. I'm going to give you this idea, but I didn't tell you it wasn't going to be hard to see it through. But you're not patient enough to see things through. You have to be able to give it time to either get better or to get worse. Because even if it gets worse, there's a lesson to be learned in that. Even if it gets worse, even if it doesn't go quite the way you want it to go, you can at least then learn the lesson behind it. At least you know what not to do the next time. But keep at it. Don't say, oh, well, people just ain't got no money. They ain't going to spend no money, so I'm going to just totally redo something else that they can afford. What? Why? Because there's people out there that need your service. So why would you stop doing what you're doing because the people that you're talking to can't afford it? No, you're talking to the wrong people. Go talk to the right people that can actually afford your service and make it work. Show and prove. Show and prove. Yes, no opportunity wasted. But you're wasting the opportunities by continuously and constantly rebranding. People see your face. I got a friend right now. I don't know what she do. I don't. She been in the entrepreneur space a lot longer than me, but I couldn't tell you what she do. Because she's constantly rebranding. She's constantly trying to find another target audience. She's constantly at it. Get a coach. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't know what else to tell you. But that was my 7 tips for the day. Because y'all, I could preach and I could go on and on and on. But let me just recap these tips right here. Yes, you got to be clear. But you have to take time and want to be clear. You have to take time to build a solid foundation. Build a solid foundation so that you know. Joseph knew his brothers were to bow down to him. He just had to wait for the right timing. Yes, ma'am, Miss Leela. Yes. You have to be patient. So, my number one tip for this evening was don't let your emotions get the best of you. Do not eat good or bad. Good or bad. The enemy uses your good and your bad emotions. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Number 2, be humble and honest about where you are now. Be humble and honest about where you are right now. Number 3, avoid being the most. Avoid being the most. You do not have to be grandiose. Be who you are with what you have, because what you have is enough. Number 4, be realistic with yourself and others. If you want people to believe in you, you have to be realistic with yourself. Be realistic with yourself and other people. Yes, number 5, be goal-oriented. Not just set goals. It's more than just setting goals. You have to be goal-oriented to get things done. Number 6, be persistent. Be persistent in everything that you do, because the time will come. Don't give up. This is no give up, no excuse zone. No give up, no excuse zone. Be persistent in what you want, even when it seems like everything is going wrong. Thank you, hon. And number 7, give things time to either get better or worse. Give things time to either get better or worse. Stop rebranding your business, because if you had it in you to do it, if you believed in it when you got it, then there's a reason you're supposed to do it. Stop rebranding and go for it. So that's my 7 for this hour. I will come back in the 6 o'clock hour to give you 7 more tips, 7 more loveliness from me. I am your girl, Ms. Robin Wiggins. Connect with me at bit.ly/pursuit to power. Join the list to get all of my success tips and everything that I've learned over the past 2.5 years. And that is why I'm doing this. Hey, Terry! Terrell, right? Hey, girl, thank you. Go to bit.ly. Again, if you missed part 1, go back and watch it. This is part 2 of my second set of 7, and I'll be back in the 6 o'clock hour to give you 7 more lovely juiciness tips to be successful in life and in business, y'all. Why? I'm doing this because for 2.5 years, I sat and I looked, listened, and learned, and now it is time to get in action. It is my mission to bust down the doors of 2017, and I'm going to take some people with me. I don't know who it's going to be, but y'all, we got to do this together. All right, hey, girl. Hey, boo. So, Terrell, I'm going to see you, girl, in the 6 o'clock hour. Don't forget, click the share button and share this out with your peoples, because there is somebody that need to hear what I had to say, honey. All right? I'm going to see y'all in the 6 o'clock hour. Be blessed, y'all. Peace.